On September 26, 2004, Matt Kenseth was competing in the MBNA America 400 at Dover Motor Speedway. He was trying to come down to pit road at one point during the race, and he lost control of his car. He ended up hitting a tire stack on pit road, and his car launched up onto the pit road wall. Matt Kenseth was okay. What a wreck. This past weekend, former NASCAR driver Jimmie Johnson raced in the IndyCar Series doubleheader at Iowa Speedway. In race 1, Jimmie led 19 laps and finished in 11th place. In race 2, Jimmie led 0 laps and finished in 5th place. Now only if NASCAR could go back to Iowa Speedway. Maybe someday. Anyways, Jimmie's next race is at the Indianapolis Grand Prix circuit layout at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on Saturday. The race starts at noon Eastern Time and will be broadcasted on NBC. Ryan Newman competed in the SRX Series in 2022. He ended up finishing second in the point standings. People had thought that Ryan Newman should have won the championship instead of the champion Marco Andretti. Adding up the points, Ryan should have won, and fans concluded that there was a scoring error. However, it was revealed that SRX officials gave Marco Andretti 3 extra points due to where he deserved to start versus where he actually started after the first SRX race of the season. Marco's 3 extra points were disclosed to the public, but with no explanation. At the Bristol night race in 2008, Clint Bowyer was furious over the radio after an incident. He said,
"Michael Waltrip is the worst driver in NASCAR, period. Could not believe Napa signed back on him."
Oddly enough, Clint Bowyer would end up driving for Michael Waltrip's team, Michael Waltrip Racing, starting in 2012. Clint would even, at one point, race a Napa-sponsored car. Daniel Saguaros competed in his 200th NASCAR career Cup race at Pocono Raceway last Sunday. He started in 9th place and finished in 3rd place. His next race is the Indianapolis Road Course on Sunday. The race starts at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time and will be broadcasted on NBC. Last Sunday, the NASCAR Cup Series was at Pocono Raceway. Chase Elliott did well throughout the whole race and won. However, he originally finished in 3rd place. Denny Hamlin was the person who crossed the finish line in 1st, and Kyle Busch had also finished in 2nd place. It was eventually announced that Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch had been disqualified. It was also revealed that their teams added an illegal part to both of their cars. The illegal part in question was a piece of tape on both of the cars that were under the wrap. Chase Elliott went on to say, "If Denny wants to keep the trophy, he can keep it." This is the first time a winning driver in the NASCAR Cup Series had been DQ'd since Emmanuel Zervakis in 1960. Casey Mears used to race open-wheel cars before racing NASCAR. He spent close to 4 years in the Indy Light Series and made a handful of starts in the NTT IndyCar Series and the now-defunct Kart Racing Series. Matt DiBenedetto raced in the truck race last Saturday at Pocono Raceway. He finished in 12th place and missed the playoffs. It was also announced that he will stay with the same team he is with for the 2023 season. His next race is at Lucas Oil in Indianapolis Raceway Park on Friday. The race starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Time and will be broadcasted on FS1. In the 2008 Talladega Fall race for the NASCAR Cup Series, Regan Smith was in the hunt for the win when he went below the yellow line and passed Tony Stewart for position. Regan Smith would win the race, or so he thought. According to NASCAR rules at the time, A driver cannot make a pass for position underneath the yellow line at Daytona or Talladega. So, Reagan was DQ'd and Tony Stewart won the race. Only problem is that it appeared that Reagan Smith was forced underneath the yellow line by Tony Stewart. In a case like this, NASCAR would probably DQ Tony Stewart, but for whatever reason, they DQ'd Reagan Smith. Tell me who you think should have won that race. In the Daytona summer race for the NASCAR Cup season 2007, the race was coming down to Kyle Busch and Jamie McMurray. Coming to the finish line, Kyle Busch and Jamie McMurray were side by side, and Jamie won by a razor-thin margin. This would be Jamie's second win ever.